Exercise is a dangerous tool. Anything which can save your life can also kill you or injure you. Most of the people who get injured, who are young, have the mindset, 3 months, I want to become like Shah Rukh Khan. Women are already at a disadvantage. They don't have the neural adaptation, stability, balance. Injuries are always better to stay young.
Welcome to another session of our podcast, Gut Feeling with Dr. Pal. I have a special guest today. His name is Dr. Santosh Jacob. He is physically fit and you will not believe he is only 43 years old. I wanted my audience to learn from him. Hello, sir.
Hi.
How are you?
I am fine. What about you?
So good to see you in person, sir.
Same here.
So you are my inspiration for fitness.
Oh, thank you very much.
And you are my inspiration for Instagram, social media, and the amount of hard work that you do to make sure the information is spreading to the mass is nothing but commendable, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
As a fellow creator, I know how much amount of time that you put in.
Yes.
And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. You look so young, but can you tell the audience how young are you?
Yeah, I am 43, going to be 44.
Wow.
I just 2 days ago, I made a reel with a stand-up comedian called Vikals Vikram, where he comes in and says, I want to be just like you at your age, at 67. How do you look so young? That's why I said I'm 43. Yeah.
So when do you exercise in the morning, or you have to?
So because of my schedule, I divide it into 12 exercise sessions.
Okay.
So it can be just a walk, it can be a run, it can be a sprint, it can be strength training, it can be MMA or boxing. So whatever I can. Research is very clear that whenever you exercise at a heart rate higher than your normal for more than 9 minutes, benefits are seen. So I can have like a minimum of 20 minutes if I decide. So my smallest exercise session will be 20 minutes. On Sundays, I do physical activity which lasts up to 2.5 hours to 3 hours.
Seriously?
Yeah. Sundays I reserve to be like completely physical.
Wow.
I walk like 7 to 10 kilometers. I run on the beach.
And then you
lift weights, play cricket. At least for 3 hours on Sundays.
Wow. So when I start working out,
yeah.
I'm very scared about injuries and what will happen. Also.
You should be. No, see, exercise is a dangerous tool. See, anything which can save your life can also kill you or injure you. See, it's like giving a colonoscope in your hands is different, right? Giving a scalpel in my hands is very different. But if you take that instrument and you attempt to change yourself, it's not going to be very good for you. So exercise has been spoken of as something which can be done very easily. But I am a sports surgeon. Ask me. Exercise is very dangerous if you focus on it short term. Most of the people who get injured, who are young, have the mindset, 3 months, I want to become like Sebum. 3 months, like Shah Rukh Khan. Whenever you are trying to change yourself in 3 months, you forget the basic concept of exercise. We don't exercise to lose weight or to look really big. We exercise so that our body adapts. Okay? So one of the principles of strength and conditioning, which is an extremely important principle, is what are the tissues which are adapting? Forget weight loss. You don't exercise for weight loss. You exercise for these 5 adaptations, neural adaptations, to maintain the number of neurons you have in the brain. Second is adaptation of the muscle. Your muscle increases in size. The larger the muscle, it's easier for you to become stronger.
Correct.
And also, as you age, muscle mass is a very important indicator of anti-aging or your age. Then you have endocrine adaptations.
Hormones.
Your hormones. Okay. After that is your connective tissue adaptations. Your tendons, your ligaments, the tissues which are attached onto the bones. Then you have your cardiac adaptations. How much oxygen you're able to use to do a stressful activity. VO2 max, stuff like that.
Correct.
And the common adaptation of all this is your bones become really strong. And as an orthopedic surgeon, it's extremely important for me because, see, women especially are really affected by this. Women are already at a disadvantage, right? They are physically smaller.
Correct.
They start off with lesser muscle mass.
Correct.
They are biologically designed to have more body fat and they don't have as much testosterone as us.
Correct.
And the world has somehow drilled into them that lifting a 5 kg weight will make them like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Correct.
Yeah, I am trying very hard to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nothing is happening. Right? So, women who are quite healthy, their health trajectory changes at around 60 to 70 if they have a fall. And they have a fall only because
they slip and fall.
Yes, they don't have the neural adaptation, stability, balance in order to do the jobs they were doing in the past.
So, I was trained by a personal trainer.
Very good.
And then I had an injury.
Okay.
And it was very difficult to come back.
Yeah.
So, any tips and tricks for that?
So, it's in the way you think. You either treat your injuries and postpone your degenerative diseases, or be afraid of injuries and have degenerative diseases. Life is very complex. Choose your hard, basically. You either choose at 45, I'll get arthritis, low back pain, or choose to work out, exercise. You will get some injuries, but remember this one concept. I will always choose injuries because of a training principle. Okay? We always adapt to what we recover from. So even if it's an injury, if you recover from it, you're going to become stronger. But a degenerative disease, once you get it, it's a downhill battle.
Correct.
Injuries are always better to stay young. You might have some pain here, some pain there, unless it's a very bad injury, right? Again, I'm not talking about exceptions.
Correct.
Generally, see, the guys at 70 who I want to be like, all of them have had at least 10 to 15 injuries in their life because they have been doing things which was harder every day.
Correct.
And it's hard to really maintain a balance in that, right? Some days you might just overdo it. Then there goes an injury.
Wow.
And you have an injury. Don't be afraid of injuries. Be afraid of not being able to cook your own food if God gives you the life of a 90 or a 100-year-old.
Wow.
Don't be afraid of injuries.
Wow.
Be afraid of that. You're going to be the same guy. You're going to be the same guy then.
Super. When you lift weights, do you listen to music?
Yeah.
Do you listen to music?
Yes.
Okay.
So I also listen to music. Now I've been also training to work out for the first 30 or 40% of the time when I start without music. And then when I'm feeling a little, I need something.
Right. Because they say the mind-muscle coordination while you are lifting makes a big difference.
Yes. So that's like, see, Usain Bolt can worry about running in microseconds. We will first start to run, then we will talk about all that. First, let us start. Why we are going there already? Let's get to a muscle mass of, say, 75%.
Okay.
Then we will talk about all that.
So let's wrap the session by saying that
absolutely.
one tip that you should tell the audience in terms of strength training, what we'll do, where they can start.
So the one thing would be, remember, in order for you to adapt from a stress, the stress has to be right, okay? Rest has to be right, and your nutrition has to be right. So it's not just you taking the effort to exercise or progressively overload yourself, increasing your weights. It also has to be punctuated with adequate recovery and essential nutrition, which means proteins, fiber, antioxidants, and carbohydrates as necessary. Of course, fats are also essential, but make sure that the ratio is maintained.
Super. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much
It
for your
was
time.
fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.